Hello from Colorado. I'm Peter Zeihan. So this morning my power and phone went out, so I decided I might as well take advantage of the relative lack of smoke from the California fires and go for a hike. And while out here, I decided about the next newsletter I wanted to write and figured it would work just as well as a video monologue. So we're going to do a multi-part series here on the international events that are most likely to challenge the next American president. The first is actually a crisis that's at least in part of the American making. The Trump administration has refused to appoint new appellate judges to the World Trade Organization's appellate panel, which is a fancy way of saying that the court that decides that who is in the wrong in trade disputes no longer functions, which means we're looking at the formal collapse of the World Trade Organization structures next year, or perhaps the year after. And it's not a simple issue of if President Biden wins of appointing a few judges. No. This has been a long time coming. The last World Trade Organization round of talks began back in 2001 in Doha in the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, and it was never completed. There was simply too much acrimony throughout the system. So it doesn't matter who's in charge next year. The formal trading order that arbitrates and mediates disputes is going to be gone, which leaves it up to the major powers, Japan, the United States, the European Union, and China, to basically impose whatever sort of trade they want on all of their partners. So the disputes among those big four will probably be huge, although US, Japan, they now have a trade deal. That one's probably fine. But for everyone else, they're going to be attempting to craft their own mini order. For the United States, this is really already done. Say what you will about the Trump administration. It was very forthright and aggressive at seeking out trade deals with Korea and Japan and the United Kingdom and Canada and Mexico. And with the exception of the UK, those are already done, they're already ratified, they're already being implemented. That's half the American trade portfolio. And with the United States largely cutting China out, or in the process of cutting China out of its supply chain needs, the US will emerge from this more or less okay. And in fact, that North American block of NAFTA, that's the single largest chunk of consumption in the world by a large margin. So there's less to worry about here. But everywhere else, wow. The Chinese system and the European system are both export-led. And if they get locked into a trade dispute when the world's largest chunk of consumption just kind of sails off into the sunset, we are looking at a breakdown of what we consider norms, both within those regions and between them. And that's just the first one. We'll talk about the other three from other vantage points. Until next time.